Alrighty, guys, we're back. We're ready to rock and roll here with another Marvel matchup here. This time it's Spider-Woman. We're going to play Spider-Woman again since she's already out and we got her deck built. This time she's going to go up against Ultron. We're going to see how well she can do against a little bit tougher villain and see how well she does. So Ultron is going to have the bomb scare just because we just trying different extra decks in each of the villains just to try out different combinations and stuff. So we're trying Ultron with the bomb scare against Spider-Woman. So without further ado, I will mention that I've moved this around a little bit. So we have the environment now. We used to be on the far end. I moved it down here. Side scheme, or the main scheme, is going to go here. The villain's going to go here, and then the side schemes will stack up over there. And then the second thing is, I'm going to have their full hit points down on the table. So as we do damage, we're going to be removing the hit points, which will make it a little easier for us to keep track of like how many hit points they have left, which will make things much easier. And we're shuffling up his deck, and we're going to get ready to rock and roll. Okay, good shuffle there, and we're ready to rock and roll there. Get my keyboard out of the way since I don't need that anymore. Alright, so I decided to try Spider-Woman again, this time against Ultron, a little bit tougher villain, just to see how well she can do. And we also I should mention, we fine-tuned her deck, so if you're interested, we removed a couple yellow, we removed a Hello Carrier, and we moved a couple blue. We removed 2 field agents, we removed the Hello Carrier, and we removed 2 blue cards, which happened to be, what cards were they? Oh, the 2 command team cards. So remove those cards. They were shield cards as well, which was kind of hard to get rid of because she is all shield. But I decided to keep the band together cards because as I look at the band together cards, maybe if I look at them. Where's the band together? Did I forget to add them back in here? I think I did it. No, wait. Band together, huh? Do. Oh, right here. That's one. Where's the other one? Why am I having such trouble finding it? So Band Together says this card generates a wild resource for each ally you control to a minimum of 3. It doesn't say that it has to be used for blue cards though. So I'm assuming that means you can use those resources for any card, not just blue cards. I should have a second one of those cards in here somewhere. Either I'm just missing it because I'm dumb. Oh, there it is. Band Together. Okay. All right. So that is a look at the deck. If you're interested in what we're doing there, 43 cards, a little bit less amount of cards. Had 47 in there. We're down to 43. And we're going to try it out against Ultron. So wish us some luck, because Ultron is a bastard. He is one of the toughest in the game, in my opinion. So now I haven't played all the villains, but in my opinion, Ultron is way tougher than most of the villains. Let's put it that way. So, unless we get a good hand, we'll probably just be shuffling until we draw a decent hand. 2, 4, 6. We got Coulson, surveillance team. We got our self-propelled gun, or glide, self-propelled glide, and Agent 13, which would ready a shield support. I don't like that hand to start with, so we're going to completely exit and start again. Because I don't usually mulligan like in the normal way, so if I don't get a decent hand to start with, I just say, okay, let's pretend like I'm mulligan and we're getting a new hand. Try this. I mean, like, we're looking for Sky Destroyer if possible, or a shield card. Government Liaison isn't bad. Again, I was looking for a combination of cards that I think would have worked out, but I decided to scrap that. We're going to try one more shuffle here and see if we can get one last decent start. All right, come on. Give us the decent cards, would you? Oh my God. So how would we do this? We would do Nick Fury. Paying for those 4. The Nick Fury would draw 3 cards that we could use to play band together with. So we'll try that. Nick Fury's going to come in, and we're going to use these 4 to pay for him. He's going to also draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Oh, look at that. That's super good. So this card is 1. Now, this card generates a wild resource for each ally you control. So when I put this card in play to pay for it, would this be 2? Would that be 2, or do I have to pay for it when it's not in play, and it would just be 1? That is a great question. Let's see if somebody has asked this. Marvel Champions band together. Band together, right. So the question is, when is a card in control? This card generates a wild resource for each ally you control. So as soon as I put it down, do I control this? And then I pay for it? What is the... Let's look at the rules reference here. Control. Let's look up the word control. Control. C-O-N. Control. See ownership and control. See ownership. Ownership. Okay, card's owner is the card the player whose deck contains the card at the start of setup. The scenario is considered to be the owner of the encounter deck in each encounter card. Cards under play under their owner's control. When a player takes control of a campaign-specific card, control of a card remains constant unless the ability specifically says. A player controls the card in their own out-of-play areas. If a game step or card ability references a card that you control or a player, that game step or card ability only references the card in play currently under the... Alright, so let's look in play and see if we can find in play. In play. A card is either to be considered to either be in play or out of play depending on the state of the game. A card enters play when it moves out of from the out of play area to the play area. Card ability only interacts with the only. Okay. Cards in a player's hand, deck, and discard pile are out of play. Cards in the encounter deck, okay. I think it does count this card. So, because this card is in play now, I get 2 resources to pay for Maria Hill. So I will use those 2 resources to pay for Maria Hill, and then I get to draw a card. Boom. Then I have, 2 crappy cards and another Band Together card. All right, so for Maria, okay, so let's put ready card on here. Global Logistics is a 0-cost card. Action: exhaust a shield card you own. She is a shield card I own. Look at the top 4 cards of a player deck or the encounter deck. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, the other thing is we should have put the top card of our deck face down as a drone minion. I forgot about that. Look at the top 4 cards of a player deck or the encounter deck. Discard any number of them and put the others on the top or the bottom in any order. Woo! Look at what we got coming out. Alright. So, the first thing he's going to do is go to attack us. So we'll use... and put the others on the top or the bottom of the deck in any order. Discard any number of those? Oh, discarding them? Oh, well, discard that. Get out of here. So we'll have 0 attack on him, and then his encounter. Let's see. Hang on. So we think. He'll go to attack us. That'll be this card, which will be no bonus. Then our encounter will be this card, which will be the Hydra Bomber. And then this card I'm going to discard as well. Alright. So there we go. So I played a blue card, a yellow card. So I'm +2/+2 right now. And then this card goes away. Unfortunately, exhaust up to 3 shield cards you control and choose a scheme. Remove 2 threat from the scheme for each card exhausted. Alright. Well, I'll tell you what. We already played a yellow card. We can keep this for next turn. So, I'm going to have... Jessica Drew can look at the top card of any deck. So, she's going to look at the top card of her deck. Homeland Intervention. That's the same card, so probably don't need to keep this. Now I know that, so that's probably a good use of that, actually. So she's going to flip over. She is going to attack for 3. So he's down to, let's see, 5, 7, 8, 9. Down to 9. Okay. She's going to attack for 3. Nick Fury's going to attack for 2. Knocking this thing out. And then I'm going to discard and draw back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Homeland Intervention, Captain Marvel, Self-Propelled Glide, and the Apartment. Ready everything up, which I always forget to do. And he gets 1 at the start of his turn. He goes to attack us. Nick Fury will jump in the way, and after he attacks us, I choose to either place a threat on the main scheme, which we will choose to put a threat on the main scheme. And it should be a 0 cost card. It is. So he's only going to do a attack of 2, which isn't even enough to kill Nick Fury. Ha ha ha. Then we have an encounter card, which, oh, it's the Hydra Bomber. How strange. I would have never guessed that was coming out. Unfortunately, Nick Fury goes away at the end of the round, but I'm not going to complain about that start. That's for sure. I can draw a card. All right, we're going to Homeland Intervention. Exhaust a shield card. That's going to be her. And remove 2 threat. Boom. Get out of here, threat. That's a yellow card we played. And Captain Marvel. So this is a 2, because I have 2 allies, plus 2 to bring in Captain Marvel. After she uses a basic power, draw a card. So I brought in this and this, so I guess we're just a +1, +1, +1. All right. She's going to attack, do a damage, or take a consequential damage and get rid of the Hydra Bomber. All right. Spider-Woman will attack for 2 and get rid of that. And ready everything up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm just trying to think, do I want to flip up? Nope. All right, Agent 13, two global logistics, some Venom Blast, and Rapid Response. All right, he gets a threat at the start of his turn. He is going to attack us. We're going to just say, bring it on, big fella. 2+2, and then we're going to add a threat to the main scheme. So that's 4 damage. Ouch. Four damage is not my friend. That was kind of nasty. Then we have an encounter. And the encounter is upgraded drones. Attached to the drones are now going to be +1 attack, +1 hit points. I need to spend one of each resource to get rid of that card. Oof, that would be all that. All right, we're going to spend all 3 of these resources to get rid of that, because that is one of the worst cards he can play. Unfortunately for us, we're going to play Global Logistics to exhaust a shield we control. Look at the top 4 cards of a deck and discard any number of those. Obligation will get discarded. Ha ha ha. We're going to use this as his boost icon, which is 1. And then these 2 I'm going to put on the bottom of his deck. So we don't have to deal with them for a while anyways. Okay. So I played a yellow card, so I'm a +1/1/1. Captain Marvel is going to take a consequential damage, and she will attack for 2. Then I will attack for 2 as well. No, I will thwart for 2. No, I'm going to have her thwart for 2, actually. Hang on. Have her thwart for 2. Because she can thwart for 2. And then I'll attack for 2. So I'll attack for 2. Okay. Then I'm going to hold this card. Ready everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. A resource generator. And Mockingbird. Okay. So, he gets 1 at the start of his turn. He goes to attack us. Captain Marvel. Oh, I forgot to draw her. She has a special ability. I should have drawn the card, but I forgot. That's my fault. So she's going to jump in the way. And we're going to put an extra threat on the main scheme. And then we have an encounter. She gets killed. Upgraded drones again. Okay. So once again, oh, we cannot get rid of it, and can't even get rid of it if we wanted to. It's not true. I could do this, do this, this. Yes. Okay. So we're going to bring in finesse. We're going to bring in finesse for these two cards here. Captain America and Global Logistics. And then I'm going to Wild Resource plus Physical, Mental, Energy. We'll get rid of this. Get it out of here. So his upgraded drones are going away as fast as we can get rid of them. She's going to go ahead and thwart for 2. And remove that. I'm going to go ahead and attack for... we just brought this card in, so I'm a 1... I don't have any bonus. Yeah, that's fine. I was going to flip down, but I'm not going to. Well, I'm not going to. So I'm just going to attack for 1 then. And then I'm going to ready everyone up and draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have Government Liaison, Finesse, Agent Coulson, Call for Backup, and Inconspicuous. Okay. 1 at the start of his turn. He goes to attack us. Maria Hill will jump in the way. And then we're going to add a threat to the main scheme. And it's enough to knock her out. Ooh. Unfortunately, we're running out of allies now. We have an encounter. The villain attacks you. We have 7 hit points. I don't need to do anything, so I'm going to go ahead and defend. So I'm just a 1 defense. Hang on, it's not worth it then. Just take it. Just take it. Ultron heals 1 damage for each drone minion. There is none, so blah ha ha. But he's got 1 icon plus 2. That's 3 attack. So I take 3 damage. Okay, back to our turn. We have a wild resource to use. We should use that. So we're going to play 2 to play in some finesse. We're going to use finesse, both of our finesses, and call for backup to bring in Coulson, who will find us our preparation card, which is not in her deck. There we go. Rapid response comes into our hands at this point. Okay. I'm thinking about flipping down because he's probably going to break that anyways. So... I'm at 2. So yeah, I'm gonna flip down. I'm gonna heal for or recover for 3. Recovering for 3. And for Coulson, he's gonna go ahead and thwart for 2. Yeah, let's remove that out of there. Maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe we'll get lucky and he won't be able to flip us. We'll hold on to rapid response and we'll draw up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So rapid response, contain immunity, self-propelled glide to Triskelion, the Victoria hand, and the Sky Destroyer finally at the bottom of the deck again. I don't know why it's at the bottom every time. Alright, 1, and then he's going to scheme. He schemes for 1 plus a card, and the card is 2, which is 3, which is going to pop this. So that is done. We go to 2A. When revealed, each player puts the top card of their deck face down and engage with them as a drone minion. 10 per player. After placing threat here during the step 1 of the villain phase, each player must either choose to place 2 threat here or put the top card of their deck face down and engage with them as a drone minion. Okay. So, we've already did that step, so we don't have to worry about it right now. So, let's see, so that was his scheme. Now we do an encounter. Discard an upgrade or support you control. Damn. Oops, I should have readied everything. So it's got to be this, because it's the only thing we have. That's ridiculous. Alright, he's down to 5 hit points. He's only he's got nothing on the scheme. Comes in with nothing. Okay. T-D-D-T-T-D-D. So, look at the top card of any deck. 2 icons. One, 2. Oh boy. I would like to play this card too. You know what? We're gonna heal. So 5, 6, 7. We're up to 10. I'm gonna flip over. So it doesn't, I guess we don't necessarily need that. I'm gonna bring in the Sky Destroyer. We have to. It's gonna cost us 1, 2, 3 to pay for that. 1, 2, 3. And it's gonna automatically do 2 damage. He's down to 3 hit points. Right. And we're going to bring in Rapid Response, costing us these 2 cards. Coulson will activate, and he's going to attack for 1. Knocking out the drone minion. I brought in a Sky Destroyer and Rapid Response, so I brought in 1, so I'm a +1/+1/+1. So I'm exhausted, so it doesn't fucking matter. I'm going to ready everything and be done. Ready everyone and be done. Draw back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next time we're going to deck ourselves. So, strength and number of strength, self-propelled gun, genius. There's all of our resources. Good Lord. Alright. He gets 1 at the start of his turn. And after placing threat here during each step 1, each player must choose to either place 2 threat here or play the top card face down as a drone minion. We're going to place 2 threat there. Ultron is going to attack us. Agent Coulson will bravely jump in the way. This is where we get this combo going again. And he will die. But after an ally you control is defeated, discard Rapid Response. And bring him back in with 1 damage on him. And then he will find a preparation card and bring it back to our hand. So we get to add that back to our hand. It's a broken combination of cards, and we're going to abuse that for as long as we can. Alright. Let's see. What was he doing? Did we do an encounter? No, he didn't attack. Oh wait, when he did an attack, we have to either choose to place a threat on the main scheme or put the top card into play. We're going to place 1 threat on the main scheme, so it's up to 4. If he gets to 10, we're in big trouble. So now we have an encounter. Each player puts the top card in play. Face down with them is engaged as a drone minion. Okay. So we're decking ourselves for sure this turn. So, bringing in and I don't have a shield to bring in to do damage. That stinks. So we're going to Genius to bring in Rapid Response again. So this combination of Coulson and Rapid Response is definitely a broken... now, we're going to bring in Pheromones. We're going to use Strength to pay for that. Stun and Confuse an enemy. So guess who that's going to be, Mr. Ultron Man. Stun and Confuse an enemy. That'll be you. I should not have 15 on there. I know that. This should be a 5, not a 10. Okay. So I brought in 2 blue cards, unfortunately. And unfortunately, that only gives us a +1/+1/+1. Oh wait, I still have cards to bring in. Spider-Woman's going to attack for 2. Then we're going to use self-propelled guide to ready Spider-Woman. And she'll have aerial for the rest of the round. It's going to cost us 1 to pay for that. So we're going to pay for that with this card. So she's ready again. He's down to 1 hit points. So we're going to have H and Coulson. Coulson will take a damage. He's going to thwart for 2. Oh, I keep forgetting I got a resource. Ugh. Okay. Because that would have, I wouldn't have had to, I could have, instead of paying for this card with this, I could have then used the resource to pay for this card, which would have left this in my hand. But I didn't see that, so we'll just go without. Are you ready for this? So I didn't actually use that. Not that it matters because I don't have any cards. Spider-Woman, do we want to flip him? Or would we rather thwart for 2 more? Yeah, let's thwart for 2 more. Remove that 2 threats. Then we have a drone minion, though. That's a problem. Yeah, we'll attack for 2 and kill the drone minion. That's what we'll do. All right. So we know we're decking ourselves. So 1, 2. Oh. Let's ready everything. 2, 3, 4, 5. Ready everything. Ready. Okay, we got Venom Blast, Monica, Self-Propelled Guide, Pheromones. Okay. So he's going to get 1 at the start of his turn, and then we got to decide to either put a drone minion into play or put 2 more threat there. We're going to put 2 more, so that's going to take it up to 5. Okay. Then he attacks. This is Coulson will jump in the way. Doesn't matter. He's dead. Again. Instead of getting discarded, he's going to come right back with 1 damage on him. And then this card is going to get returned to our hand from his special ability. Okay, and then we have 2 encounters. First encounter is Drone Factor. Revealed, each player puts the top card into play. Engage with them as a drone minion. Place 1 threat here for each drone minion in play. So it's 4 + 1, 5 threats. And the second encounter is You Are Confused. I am confused. I'm so confused. Alright. So that's a drone minion. It's our turn. And we need to flip him over. Oh, shoot. He was stunned and confused. God damn. I completely forgot he was stunned. If he was stunned, we wouldn't have had to block with Coulson, which means this would still be down. He wouldn't have been able to attack. This would still be there, and he would have 2 damage on him. and he would be ready. Okay? All right. So it is time, I think, to do some damage to this jerk face jerk son of a bitch. Pretty sure it's time to do some beat down on this jerk face son of a bitch. So we need to do 1 stinking damage. Well, that's Coulson, who's going to punch him for 1. Punches him for 1. He gets discarded. He comes right back with 1 damage on him. This gets sent to our hand. He gets knocked out. He goes to stage 2, which is going to be 22 hit points. 22 hit points. Okay. So. All right, we're going to bring in rapid response. We're going to spend 2 of these to pay for it. 1, 2. Thank you very much. So that's a blue card. Where they're going to do Venom Blast, which is going to cost us those 2 cards to pay for. It does 5 damage. That's not bad. Start. Okay, and that's a red card, so I'm a +2/+2 right now. I like that. Oh, every time he comes back into play, I need to activate the Sky Destroyer because he's a shield card. I keep forgetting that. God damn. Oh, I'm so dumb at this game. She's going to attack for 3. 1 + 2 is 3. Okay. Then Coulson is going to thwart for 2. Coulson's going to thwart for 2. So that's down to 3. Oh, he should have got an extra one from the drone factory last time. Sorry. Damn. Too many tokens, too many pieces. All right. I forgot we can fucking pay for it. That's twice I forgot. I forgot 3 important things so far. My goodness. We're definitely flipping over. Choose to either spend a mental or put the top card into play face down, engage with his drone minion. That stinks. That card's coming up. Nothing I can do about that, I don't think. Son of a bitch. I think we're just going to ready everything and hopefully try to remember that we actually have these cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nick, Global Logistics, Agent 13, Captain America, Victoria Hand, and Strength in Numbers. We have a 6-4-4 combo. That is just lovely. Okay. So, here we go. 1 at the start of his turn, and when we put 1 there, we have to decide to either add 2 more. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, we'll add 2 more. He would scheme against us, but he can't. So he's confused. So he can't scheme against us. But this guy can scheme of 1. So that's 2, 4, 5. 7. He's up to 8. And then, so that's the scheme of this guy. He couldn't scheme, so we have an encounter. And this is going to be, yeah. Each player puts the top card of their deck into play, engage with them as they draw minion. Right. That's not that bad. Except for he's at 7 here, which is a little worrisome. So look at the top card of any deck. Alright, here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do. Are you ready for this? I think we can almost win 4 damage, but I need 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I can't. Okay. He's only got 14 points. If I bring Nick Fury in, he could do 4. He could do an attack of 2. That would be 5, 6. Because he's a shield card, I could activate the Sky Destroyer and do 8 damage with Nick Fury. But before I play Nick Fury, I could use Global Logistics to exhaust a shield card I own to look at the top 4 cards of any deck. So I can, before I play Nick Fury, I can fine-tune the deck if we want to draw cards. Like if we're going to draw cards, I can fine-tune it so that I get the best cards because I can discard cards or put other cards at the bottom of any deck. So if I exhaust a shield card I own, which that's a problem, is it'd either be Coulson or it'd be the Sky Destroyer, and I don't really want to get rid of either one of those. I need Coulson for the thwarting. We're going to slide that out of the way. So she is coming back. She's flipping over. So the only other option is to play another shield card. I could bring in Captain America, but it would cost me my whole hand and this card. 5 plus 1 would be 6 resources. He would come in with toughness, which means he would be able to defend against Ultron's attacks, kill off one of these drones. But I think that is kind of a waste. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage. He would have 2, 4, 6 left. Just trying to see. We could play this card here. All right, we're going to see how this plays out. We're going to see. So, I'm going to bring Nick Fury in. We might as well pay for it with these 3 expensive cards because we're not going to be able to afford them now. And our finesse. When he comes in, I'm going to do 4 damage. Boom. So he's down to 6. There. Right off the bat. 4 damage. Then, because he's a shield card, Sky Destroyer is going to activate, do 2 damage. Boom. 2 damage. Get out of there. I don't think we're going to be able to kill him this round. That stinks. That stinks. That stinks. It stinks. So Coulson is going to thwart for 2, which will knock him out. He's going to thwart for 2, which will knock him out. Then this will come into play as a hero response. Bring him back into play. And deal 1 damage to it. So he comes back into play. And then he will bring this card back into my hand. And then I will use these 2 cards to play for this card. And give me +1/+1. Unfortunately, I'm going to have Nick Fury thwart for another 2. 3. Okay. So our Coulson, I'm going to have Coulson thwart for another 2. I'm going to have Nick Fury attack for 2. No, he's going to get rid of this drone minion. Spider-Woman is going to also attack. Get rid of this drone minion. Oh my god. Look at the true drone minions. Where's our resource cards? Ah! Yep, that's it. That's all we're doing. Ready everything. So if he doesn't kill us this time, it's all over. We win. He's only got 8 hit points. Alright. Draw back up. 5 cards. 5. Alrighty. Okay. So, 1 at the start of the turn. Then we're going to put a drone minion into play instead of putting threat on there. Instead of putting it, we're just going to put a drone minion into play, engage with us. That's fine. He goes to attack us. Nick Fury's going to jump in the way. And we have to put a drone minion face down in front of us. Nick Fury dies. But he did his job. And now this guy attacks us for 1. This guy attacks us for 1. So we have 3 hit points coming back. That's fine. Those drone minions can attack us all they want. We got plenty of hit points. And now we have an encounter, and it's advanced Ultron drones. It's got guard, and when advanced Ultron drone is defeated, the engaged player puts the top card in their play and engage with them as a drone minion. Okay. Which is interesting because I don't know if we can do the 8 damage we need to destroy this guy. Oh, and he should have received an extra 1 because of that thing. I keep forgetting. This guy's in play. The drone factory. +1. So he's up to 6. Okay. A green one. A blue one. And a yellow one. That would give me +3 damage. So I would be a 4 attack. Unfortunately, I'd have to fight this guy with it though. Alright, 2, I'm going to spend this and this to pay for it. Heal 3 damage. So 3 damage I just took. So, wait a minute, 3, so heal 3 damage, and give me a tough. Okay, so that's that card. Which is a green card. And I'm going to do field agents. I'm going to pay inconspicuous to play for that. Uses 3 counters. And I'm going to play strength in numbers. So I'm going to use this guy. Exhaust any number of allies you control. Draw 1 card for each ally exhausted. Okay, and I'm a yellow, green, and blue. So that's a +3 to my attacks. Well, +3 to all my stats. So I'm a 4/4/4. And I'm going to attack 4/4/4 and kill this guy. Oh, when this guy came in, he was a shield. I activate my thing to do 2 damage. I'm not going to forget this time. And I'm going to use Global Logistics to use this, because it's a shield card. Exhaust a shield card you control. Look at the top 4 cards of any deck. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. Oh, he's got, look at that. 3, 2, 3, 1 coming up. Okay, well, these 2 are getting discarded for sure. So this is going to be his attack card, and then this is going to be his hero. He's going to attack us. He's going to attack us, which is fine. We got plenty of damage or plenty of hit points. All right, so we're going to put these 2 back in like that. Then we're going to ready everything and draw back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Venom Blast. That's 5 damage right there. So, if he doesn't kill us, what doesn't kill us makes us stronger. Alright, so he gets 2 at the start because of this, plus 1 for player. 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I have to either choose to add one there or put one in play as a drone minion. I'm going to use that as a drone minion. Okay, then he goes to attack us. Coulson was going to jump in the way. Boom, boom, boom. We know he's going to die. He's going to come back with 1 hit point. And when he comes back, the Sky Destroyer is going to do 2 points of damage. He's down to 4. And then these guys will attack us for 3 damage. No. Sorry. First guy will hit our tough. You know what? I would have let him attack us when we were tough. Boom. And he would have removed our tough. Then when this guy attacks, Coulson jumps in the way, blocks it, comes back. So I have 2 more damage I need to take. Hopefully that makes sense. No, 3 damage there. Jester, not 2 damage. 3 hit points of damage. It's a lot more space here than I'm giving myself, but all right. And then we have an encounter. This encounter doesn't kill us. Oh, he fights. Oh, wait. Do we have it? We didn't have the encounter, so he fights us, right? And it's 2 plus a card. We're just going to take it. 2 plus 1, 3 damage. Okay, 2 plus 1, 3 damage. That's fine. He's dead. So thanks for playing, Ultron. You gave us a little bit of a run. Not much, but a little bit. So he's got 5 hit points. We're just going to do Venom Blast, using some genius to pay for that. It's 5 damage, and that's enough to kill him. Boom, boom, boom. He doesn't have anything out to protect him. So he is dead. Not bad. We could have played some finesse to get another resource out there. So that would have been, I would have played those 2 like this to get another resource. Okay. Then those 2 resources would pay for this card. So I would have actually had 2 more cards to play, which would have been these 2 cards. Then I would have used one of them to do something. Anyways, doesn't matter. We kicked his butt. Get our cards back here. You know, I think what really helped us was, and I hadn't used it against the other villain we played against, but we used the global logistic cards to look at the top 4 cards of a deck or the encounter deck and kind of fine tune it and know how much damage and what he was going to do to us. And that seemed to definitely nerf him big time. Like, knowing what's coming up and making sure you're not taking a lot of damage is super, super good. Turns out it's super good. So that is Spider-Woman. I wanted to get her out one more time before we put her away. And we have a new character coming out next time. We already have his deck already built and ready to go. It is going to be Scott Lang. Dun dun dun. Ant-Man. So Scott Lang will be our next contestant. He'll be coming out next time. He will be a aggression deck. So an aggression with a little bit of basic cards thrown on top there. So we'll see how well that works out for Scott Lang next time. So hopefully you enjoyed a little look at Spider-Woman. But overall, what do I think of Spider-Woman? Just kind of giving you my general thoughts of her. You think she's like broken because she gets to use multiple aspects, but the fact that she's limited to making sure you have the same number of those aspects, I think was a great design decision because it forces the players 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Wait a minute. What are we missing here? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We're missing 2. Forces the players to make sure not to include too many from one aspect or the other aspect. Where is... Oh. Because... No. Oh, dummy. Gotta look at the rest of her cards here. That's why. There it is. There's her 2. So I think you would think, oh, you can use the best cards of 2 aspects. That's kind of the one restriction when you're building a deck is you're like, oh, I'd like to include some more thwarting, or I would like to include some more allies in this deck, but you can't do it because you have to you can only use one aspect, so you're very limited. So you would think that, oh, she can use 2 aspects. I'll use all the really good heroes from the leadership deck, and I'll use all the really good thwarting from the thwart deck, and she'll be unstoppable, right? She'll just be unstoppable. You would think that is the case, but in reality, because she has such terrible stat line, 111, to doing anything, you have to make sure you're playing the cards that are giving her a bonus to her stats. So you're playing the aspect cards. So you're not playing her cards, but her cards are really good to play. So it's kind of a Captain Marvel is never very good. I'm very surprised. But anyways, some resource generation is nice. She's got a green card, a blue card, or 2 blue cards, 2 green cards, and 2 yellow cards. And they're all pretty decent, not bad cards. What I'm saying is, you would think the fact that, oh, I can use all the best of her, all the best of leadership, and I can use all the best of justice. I can combine those into one deck. Like, wow, I'm just going to break the game, but it works out really well because you're restricted. You have to have, okay, well, I want to have 10 yellow cards in here, well, then I need 10 blue ones, and there might not be 10 allies that you want in your deck. So then you're like, okay, well, then I can only have 8 yellow ones. If I only have 8 yellow ones, then I can only have 8 blue ones. And if that's the case, then you're going to have a lot of white ones that don't count as an aspect. So you're limiting yourself in her stat line. So you don't want to put a lot of gray cards in her deck. The gray cards are bad for her because it doesn't help her stats at all. But unfortunately, a lot of the gray cards are some of the best cards in the game. Nick Fury, Mockingbird, Agent 13, which happens to be a shield card, which we desperately need to get out into play. The Sky Destroyer, again, is a great card that we desperately need to get into play. The Government Liaison is a desperately need to get into play the shield card. So I'm wondering if she is probably not a good shield. I got this deck online, like all of my decks. But I'll tell you what, I would probably never, ever play her as a shield person because that deck doesn't seem to work for her at all, in my opinion, my humble opinion, because getting shield cards in your hand and synergizing with one another is great. The problem is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those cards are all great cards. And you want to get all 5 of those great cards out, which are not helping your stat line at all. So I would think focusing in on just a yellow, blue, allies thwarting deck is probably much better for her than trying to focus in on a shield build. That is a look at Spider-Woman. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Take care. Bye for now.